Episode 4. Submitted by Corey. Wheaton, Illinois. 41. Read exactly as submitted. We closed on the house in April, and by the first Tuesday of June there were diagonals in the front lawn. I want to be clear about the diagonals because they are the whole of it. Not stripes running one way like a ball field. Diagonals, corner to corner, one pass laid against another. So the grass goes light, dark in a crosshatch that holds even at noon when there are no shadows left to hide in. It looked combed. It looked professional. It looked like something you hire a company to do. I hadn't hired anyone. We didn't own a mower yet. The boxes were still stacked in the dining room. The man lived in the gray house to our left. Older. I'd have guessed 70. Every Tuesday, a little after 9, his mower would turn over, and by the time I got to the window, he'd already be a third of the way through our yard, sitting straight on a green riding mower, running those long diagonals across grass that wasn't his. He did his own lawn after. Always ours first. I tried to thank him the first week. Went out in my slippers with the whole speech ready. You really don't have to. At least let us pay for the gas. He cut the engine when I reached the property line. Looked at me. Then he started it back up and went on mowing. Not unkind about it. He simply had nothing to say to me and saw no reason to act like he did. My husband thought it was hysterical. "You've been dismissed," he said. We decided the man was shy or half-deaf, or just from a generation that did a thing for a neighbor and thought talking about it was tacky. It became our best dinner party story. The neighbor who mows our lawn every week and won't be thanked for it. People loved that story. Everybody wants that neighbor. 9 years. He mowed through both my pregnancies. He mowed the summer my husband's dad passed, and we let everything else go. The year the village put us on water restriction and half the block got fined for letting their grass burn brown. Ours stayed green and combed and perfect, and I never once thought to wonder how. Diagonals, every Tuesday, a little after 9. Eventually, I stopped going to the window. You stop seeing the thing that never changes. That is the part I keep going back to. That it became furniture. That I let it. Then, this past June, a woman knocked on the door. 60s, nice cardigan, holding a casserole dish in both hands like she'd practiced. She said she'd grown up 4 houses down and was in town visiting her sister, and she'd been standing on the sidewalk a while looking at my yard, and she hoped I wouldn't think she was strange, but how long had we lived here? 9 years, I told her, and her face did a thing I have not been able to stop seeing. She looked back at the lawn, at the diagonals, and something went out of her. Not surprise. The opposite of surprise. She said very quietly, almost to herself, "He did it exactly that way for the family before you. Same diagonals, every Tuesday." And then she said, "They put the house up the week they finally understood why." I asked her what she meant. Understood what? She set the casserole dish down on my step, and she looked at me the way you'd look at someone standing somewhere they didn't know wasn't safe, and she said she really should get back to her sister. She was in her car before I got the storm door open. I have not been able to find her since. I don't know her name. I've knocked on the gray house and no one answers, and the mower still turns over every Tuesday a little after 9. So here is the only thing I have to give you. If there is someone near you who does you a kindness you never asked for, on a schedule, for years, and never once lets you thank him, don't tell it at parties. Find out who he did it for before you, and find out what they did the week they finally understood. It's Tuesday. The lawn is diagonals again. I'm not going to the window.